Hello, Tashtelegina.
Ashitele,
Kusu de Bombe.
demo, kiran, demo ibe.
Ani Drupon lagi karma chu guru che sungudoro danda Drupon la Florida pebro. Florida
Oh,
teaching the Florida na ya re. Ani danda meja jina la ke tang song sa karma chu guru che sungudo de min din chila chigla na tang kuch.
mm, yeah, so Drupal Rinpoche has a message. He's traveling to Florida, so he's going to be 10 minutes late because he's giving the teachings in Florida, from Florida. So please wait for 10 minutes.
We'll have Ina here too.
Yeah, Ina don't say that.
Hi, I'm here.
Ina,
Hi, Christy.
how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, đây thì lại
What should I tell everyone?
cái này đều ổn ba.
You can't do it.
Đi những cái đó Florida để xong rồi sáng cái, cái đó thì không biết sao sẽ.
Oh, today.
Ok, cái đấy.
Can I talk some the patient?
他的什么的，这个长线都是这种，工作起码时间多，谁刚才来上都去。
Jakia, Dorjee, Zong.
我工作起码时间多，这个来从从当年，我到这边从他是你那去，那你们iPad 上有张送下，这是个的差不多的，那放在那边，那边那点才到哪里吧？
I'm gonna go with that.
对，那，那是不那，不懂的，你也来了，我多。 你可从你那在张罗这西头上送。 上节秋冬初节秋冬来，讲究我的当年接不春节，打开金锁金别做南节，若来北节。 上节这把的学语，上节秋冬初节秋冬来，讲究我的当年接不春节，打开金锁金别做南节，若来北节上节这把的学。 上节就当初节就那么来，讲究玩的大年节，打开金锁金别做那节，着了并且上节着把的学嘛，能把当年别，身前他们节的话当这边就当真把的学节，东儿当中儿给就当这把的学节，东儿没别的话当没这把的学节，年人恰当你当这边当牛了，那把的学节嘛能把。 让别身边他们去对吧？当这边就当这边的就这东儿当东儿给就当这边东儿没别对吧？当没这边就这年龄强当你当这边当中了那边的就是这忙那个当年别身边对吧？当这边就当这边的就这东儿当东儿给就当这边东儿没别对吧？没这边的就这年龄强当你当这边当中了那边的就是这他看到啊。
Hey, Kodo.
哎呀，现在咱内马落地那么个人实际上没来的吧？光老那么看电视的，可能那要过上长假都这种都恰配，我今年嘛那么接触就是，可能接触了，光看电视上面些牛这边去接触这些呢，我现在的今年光看电视上，现在可能那里大家那么讲，那边个各地方拿了国家，三千多的，那么去那的接触这些呢。 这大概的种呢，对吧？就你很多的种说，没那种的，他说的，他说是法律方面，法律方面那就是的，法律方面那就是的，打上，打上法律方面那就是打上着的，他说是经济方面那就是的，你大面嘛，多把些地方都被那就是的，眼看前天我方那往有把些，对吧？他说那就是的，看来就没事情，多多没别那就是的，老眼看将来。 直播型，这种这边南角的有些人家传播型，跑点没把南角的全部全部军系的，你们军系没别南角的突出那些没多型，七八同边南角的，江苏那头多少些前面多边南角的，看来你嘛下边些就我看这边南角的，现在来了嘛这边些几万没边南角的，让南角对吧？军营了。 今年嘛，那就去年因我他就是没来了，这老马子土豆，他经常就是没来，他对我穷也是吃多少，啊对我穷，经常说对我应别是的，工作对我应是，但我别对我穷，可能他送自己的，这多什么吃的这那对我的处这样，他说对我穷，是挺过的那的意思。
Tingatil Chiloko.
Lo ma go ta lo go samate.
Yeah, so then next we are on chapter 23, which is Milarepa's later visit to Dragya Vajra fortress. And so here, at that time, Milarepa met students from before, and they inquired after Milarepa's health, asked him if he's well, and he responded that he's extremely well, and he asked them if they're well. And so then he sang this song of realization on the 12 kinds of yogic happiness.
Oh, tene tene ta te zong do da. Tene Jie zong nyama nam ne lo song te ko na to lo ma to lo song se tene ji tu re chung ba la jiao xie nian jung tang nyam do pa jin do sei bi xie jian mi ke lu lun de jung yi ken guo de zong su lan ji tian qiu ji lu lun de men ga yang yang da tong nan sang zhen yin wei lu lun de nga ni ni mi tong nan ko tang yo ji lu lun de nga ne ji po de chung de nuo tang zhe ji lu lun de nga ne yu na qiu jie dong qi na ma yu ke lu lun de nga ne na ke xiang le de nam to number 多配日头的，俺呢一些结束了，就成为统计日头的，俺呢也懂两两把平那别去日头的，俺呢你就他妈我们他你把日头的，俺呢嘛就牛嘛就那电信你接日头的，俺呢解密通了的，他们写配日头的，俺呢这个让啥讲，什么准备日头的，俺那老俺头两班就我中多，我他听过什么老乡那样。
And so then the students departed with great faith, and then to see what kind of renunciation, revulsion, experience, and realization Rajungpa had, the Jetsun sang the next song of realization about the 12 things that tend to be misleading. So the song is, the phenomena of the world will only deceive. I strive only for what is genuine. The distractions of material things will only deceive. I bring non-duality into my experience. Servants and retinues will only deceive. I roam all alone in mountain retreats. Material goods and wealth will only deceive. If I have something, I give it away for the Dharma. Objects appearing outside only deceive. I look at the mind that is inside. Conceptual thinking only deceives. Therefore, it is wisdom that I pursue. Dharma's provisional meaning only deceives. I gain certainty in the definitive meaning. Texts with black letters only deceive. I meditate on the whispered lineage instructions. Explanations with conventional terms only deceive. I rest naturally uncontrived. Both birth and death only deceive. I look at unborn reality. Ordinary consciousness only deceives. I train in the natural expression of awareness. The techniques for holding the mind only deceive. I rest within the abiding nature.
Oh, 真的，谢总被在兄弟那么上节我了，六月秋每天俺了，娘们没女吧，俺他娘们没女吧，那么公的总把人娘的让去，就说去打工就把你这边去讨论的推说，那么就去年中他打蒙被弄的也来么。突击小朋友长头说，当时你姐算上的，他这打话多少年？那老同了马票，经过你姐算上的，这些没错多少年？先把多少马错，按照你姐算上的，修经就把多少年出来就马多，实际你姐算上，他们这那么大他们这多少年？要求强了马票是，送过年你姐算上是，然后上届多少年？就可多少是马多，来到你姐算上的，这个规矩多少年？然后让给马些手机最难买各地。让那两节去各地突击讲，这种车没讲说写作吧的，我在来兄去，他接触重要的，接触可能到6年去有嘛的，但俺种你们没错，就是咱们也咱们，他就当空他听过参马来了，没都听过做的空，他你们参马贴上去那了，让他也不让他把其他什么都是，我听着我在他旁边听多。
And so then after that, Rajungpa thought, it is certain that the Guru is an actual Buddha, free of any of these things that deceive. He sang this song considering the faults of us disciples who are not able to practice. And then Rinpoche offered a song to Milarepa. And so in essence, the song says that although I have been practicing, since I have been practicing within a state of doubts, my practice has not become genuine. And so then, after that, Milarepa said, Rinpoche, you do have experience in realization beside what you just told me. So don't keep it secret from me, but offer it forthrightly. And so then Rinpoche's experience and realization grew, and then he offered the next song to Milarepa. And so then Rinpoche offered his experience and realization in the form of a song on the 7 things to be found. By the kindness of the Father Chetzin Guru, I have realized the meaning of 7 things to be found. I have found emptiness within appearances. So now I don't think there are truly existent things. I have found Dharmakaya within emptiness. So now I don't think there are any actions or efforts. I have found non-duality in the myriad appearances. So now I don't think there is any meeting or parting. I have found equality between the white and the red. So now I don't think there's any adopting or rejecting. I have found great bliss within the illusory body. So now I don't think there's any suffering. I have found the ultimate within the relative. So now I don't think there's any confusion. I have found Buddhahood within my own mind. So now I don't think that samsara exists. And so then to that, Milarepa said, Rinpoche, what you have is a mere meditative experience. It is not fully qualified. This is what a fully qualified experience in meditation consists of. So then he sang this song of realization on the 8 kinds of mastery. When appearances and emptiness are not separate, this is mastery of the view. When waking and dreaming are not distinct, this is the mastery of meditation. When bliss and emptiness are not distinct, this is mastery of conduct. When this life and next are not distinct, this is mastery of the abiding nature. When mind and space are not distinct, this is mastery of the Dharmakaya. When happiness and suffering are not distinct, this is mastery of the key instructions. When afflictions and wisdom are not distinct, this is mastery of realization. When one's mind and Buddha are not distinct, this is mastery of Rinchen. So,
대중도 되네다 대중도 대중방 라메 투게된 똑바야야 파레 사레중 똑바야야 파네 되네 고랑게 투냠시베 타도 똑바 동 버도 똑바 버도 초트디네 그레스 타 버도 초트디 타트 그레스 제라마나나 자자로 용나토니제 버도라 다시다와 유네미 남도 좀다 녜메도 다다제미 논데 로레데 내가 도메다케 다바라 조시는 도된 소장 논주미 초도된 소장 논주미 대통령이제 버도라 신의 미규 유나미 독서심지 녜메지 마연용메 강서요 대 도메다케 공바라 초냠뇨제 소장 논주미 척전 척대 버도라 사세대와 유나미 추조전 로조 녜메로 다다지나 초소요 대 도메다케 줘발 초내절 소장 논주미 종전종미 버도라 넘버4 마다미 요주소소 녜메지 템 바다랑생 방토도 내 도모다게 잠자이라 초시 첨단 소장 농주미 군대니제 과도를 랑생상제 니수미 레돈 디고 녜메도 다다동아 대화샤 내 도모다게 디고라 초초도 소장 농주미 식동니제 과도를 개변단이 유나메 세솜숨제 녜메 다다낭시 초크샤 내 도모다게 똑바라 초시된 소장 농주미 세와다트마 동샤나
And so then Rinpoche's realization actually grew after having heard the song of the Guru. And then he offered another song of his ultimate realization, which summarizes the 6 bardos. I prostrate to the exalted Gurus. In the bardo between appearance and emptiness, there is no view of eternalism or nihilism. I do not hold any conceptual tenets. Now I understand non-arising and what is beyond intellect. That is the view of this mendicant. Even in a gathering of realized friends, I won't feel ashamed. In the bardo between bliss and emptiness, there is no continual reference point for shamatha practice. I don't rigidly force my mind to focus. I rest undistracted in the primordial state. That is the meditation of this mendicant. Even in a gathering of experienced friends, I won't feel ashamed. In the bardo between attachment and non-attachment, there is no bliss that is defiled. I don't practice wrong livelihood with pretense. Now all appearances arise as friends. This is the conduct of this mendicant. Even in a gathering of yogi friends, I won't feel ashamed. In the bardo between having faults and being faultless, there is no purity or impurity. I don't have any hypocrisy or phoniness. Now I take my own mind as my witness. This is the samaya of this mendicant. Even in the gathering of disciplined friends, I won't feel ashamed. In the bardo between samsara and nirvana, sentient beings and Buddhas are not different things. I have no desire for results that come from hopes and fears. Now any suffering dawns as bliss. That is the fruition of this mendicant. Even in the gathering of siddha friends, I won't feel ashamed. In the bardo between words and their meaning, there are no conventional terms that scholars use. I don't have uncertainties or any doubts. All phenomenal existence dawns as dharmakaya. That is the realization of this mendicant. Even in the gathering of learned friends, I won't feel ashamed.
근데 제 휴가부에 라마 신도니에 람종 총바 냠용 천이 쳐봐 되니 라마 나대 쳐봐 치라 인생의 라마 니타 좀데 당보바 대바상 시라부케 라마 니바지 벌써 토성고선 유고 말로바 티바지 봉아지 버려 냠냐나 니루지제 공백에 냠토 셰파라지 랩시지도 같이 책게 로마 마가바 동 냠스네 총지 카 나도 도셰 공라 나라 라마 마베케 시는 도주 시자미장로도 타니 측현마라고 카 나도도라 라메 지송시 가시 공피에 좀비 송체파잖아 마지바 냠스나메 그바 로도 요대되나 뷰라지바에 조장에 라마마 레송시 지셰 좀베스 다들 말로 샹직었대.
And then when Rinpoche had offered his song, the Guru was very pleased and said, Rinpoche, that is a true qualified experience. You are what is called the disciple who is a worthy vessel. There are 3 ways to please the Guru. The first is to please the Guru with faith and prajna, wisdom. In the middle, one should, with the unmistaken entryway of study and contemplation, enter into the gate of the Mahayana secret mantra and develop perseverance in its practice. And then, through having meditated, finally, one should gradually give rise to special experience and realization, without delighting in empty words and lip service. In order to bring the key point into your experience, look inwardly and meditate as much as you can. My Guru Marpo said it is okay if you do not know the full extent of the sutras and tantras. Therefore, without following after conventional terminology, you should look inwardly while meditating according to the Guru's command. I practiced without forgetting that special instruction he taught. By doing that, my mind turned from samsara, and all of these good qualities arose in my mind stream. You should also do as my Guru Marpa taught. Thakura.
the region be Jitu Lama Marbe Cheddar Zone, I think Vidala Nama Shu, Jitu Jitu, Lame Sun Sumchi with Dama, the zone so going dental control, some was a Trotter Tepa Chi was, don't Namto Chi was, due to Naja Chi was, or Deku Gurba Chi was, Lambda Transport Notes, Punto Chanke Chidos, Diba Dugi Mata, and Roa to Jam, Sonambi, Masan, Tabe Deba, Matos, and Megeju, Mapan. 要说种的用东安用过种多年人节嘛讲，他都上节没头，这些上节嘛团队呢，因为想啦多些，有年他都对别同，那叫出边贡献用，但他妈他都对别同，他让他那贡献，你他过的长度，对节开始最多，对头开始最多种。 大头先啦，模板的里边样式动物三节浪波马天的，当晚才给落我中，多拿生气上我中，切我中，大把地米上我中，你们俩差不多上我中，老两只龙机械中，偏见我也中些三把节了，单小中，没这样了，马起中，让三地米多些中，或者对吧？马来中，东岸中头马大节，什么上节一弄中，马都做吧，美国同了这里啥吧，米头中，这娘不是龙些，这大娘不是龙些中，说他他妈老想的啥子。
So then Rajumpa said to Milarepa, so please tell me what the Guru Marpa said to the Jetsun. And then Milarepa sang this song of realization called The 30 Instructions the Guru Taught. Son, for reliance, the jewels are excellent, he said. Keep to faith as your friend, he said. Concepts are a great demon, he said. Pride is a great Mara, he said. Slander is a great negative action, he said. Jealousy is harmful on the path, he said. Alcohol brings one to ruin, he said. If you don't confess misdeeds through the 4 powers, you will wander among the 6 realms of beings, he said. If you don't make offerings in the accumulation of merit, you won't attain the happiness of liberation, he said. If you don't abandon the 10 non-virtues, you must experience the suffering of the lower realms, he said. If you don't meditate on emptiness and compassion, you won't attain ultimate Buddhahood, he said. If you want to attain Buddhahood in this life, look undistractedly at your mind, he said. For the ultimate condensed meaning of the Tantras, meditate on the 6 Dharmas, he said. For the ultimate condensed meaning of the instructions, meditate on secret mantra, the path of means, he said. If you wish for respect, renown, and gain, you will be delivered to the mouth of Mara, he said. If you praise yourself and disparage others, you will fall off a frightful precipice, he said. If you don't tame the elephant of mind, then you will be deceived by the key instructions words, he said. To rouse bodhicitta is the greatest crop, he said. The view of birthlessness is excellent, he said. For practice, the path of means is profound, he said. Apply it with the nadis and pranas, he said. Recognize co-emergence, he said. Follow a noble Lord, he said. Don't let your life be carried by distraction, he said. Look at the unborn nature of your mind, he said. Don't hope for happiness in samsara, he said. Don't see suffering as a fault, he said. If you realize the mind that is Buddhahood, he said. There is no need for many elaborations, he said. There are no more profound points than these, he said. Put them into practice, he said.
哦，咱
So
这种那种土当包现在穷嘛穷，现在就算网络面错吧，gato 但那土当自己穷人，看着那边错看可了过，没来的吧就大光娘不是老没些，没些汤看着去他们这就是的，但那感觉花钱，点些一种的，没那么多吧，人设备是真的就算去现在生活上弄就，娘讨厌的拍的团他没办的了，有呗，没一样，容总的我那种说是的，对嘛老乡。对嘛老乡呢？
and so then when Milarepa had, oh yeah, when Milarepa had sung this, Rajungpa's experience and realization were enhanced immensely. And then the Master Jetsun and his disciples, while keeping to asceticism, all engaged in practice. When they did this, many Dakinis performed Agana Chakra and said, Milarepa, when you are practicing the view, meditation, and conduct, if you partake of just a bit of the food and clothing of humans, as well as a bit of the samaya, substances of the Dakinis, your virtuous activity will be greatly enhanced. Therefore, you should partake of them. We will obtain them for you. And the Jetsun replied, the food and wealth of other ordinary ones cannot compare with the good qualities of experience and realization. Since I have such qualities, it is fine not to have provisions of food and wealth. So then he sang this song of realization.
哦，真的就是给他这种多，怕拉嘛那么强势的，我让我们拉来把内容上的那些对面因素出现的，双节马上看着说，就这一切点办的，特别偏见同他们，原把几个都办，定制偏见同他，从这没别，那么多大把偏见同他们，集团没别接头的，我把偏见同他们，他的没别全把的，就把偏见同他们，当你从就你这从就呢，只有偏见，长完没别这个，人类偏见同他们，多把没别定制，下乡偏见同他们。长久去军通往的这个配件团队没是哪能出现哪能基本新老配件团队这就是嘛把都在出错配件对吧？然后他研究完的一张配件团队那就是嘛他这盘的工钱配件团队那咱没别距离的没把配件团队没像这种方忙着看着错那些这样子吧的我现在这样子我的没这那样出过的这样这样出过的没得这样 demo 距离得看出过的没住进到主办，那么得看主办的，第二错了，那就是把超赛都见错嘛都，超赛都见没错呢，我那他把进来，罗萨他把掐没掐，罗萨他把切没切，这就龙去掐进来，多么多出没着这个这个将来进来着，这个定制嘛说呢，因为多块卡拉说，长久去对马桶呢。东西跟把卡拉用，他妈那边他妈上面的对接关系没我，那就多花点没的，没没这出去了，真的呢，那么可怕，做不了那天，做恰中是的，我做他经常做过呀嘛，都是让草马油是别讲的是的。那在开对呢，你们俩起都是的，接触不做了，你们俩起口说他做的那里，大把的草马，你们俩草马啊，同他们都是，我在这个的错吧，那会。可能那苍茫啊的有，实际上就闽南这个都是这样的，挺有道理，但我是听不多。
So then the song was quite long. So the essence of the song is Milarepa says is basically, I have everything. I have no need for any other provisions. I'm in a constant state of practice. Even in the so-called post-meditative state, I abide within the view. Therefore, I have all clothing and provisions complete and have no need for any additional provisions.
真的，这种东西总别看着嘛，那的，真的，你那我这是，那上个点几个钱用啊，这送是人家的，也是，真的就去工厂头学呗，伢妈个去呗，就学，那就那讲着他，弄就那边培养中，伢妈那个让去土他们的讲的看啦，送的就去。现在给教堂讲年的看，你讲问的了，讲别让生意中的，前两年讲广校中了，看见你们送些，看上一边去培养呢，推广成一些，从讲年也罢了，讲年一边管的种说是，我大体这了真看着这个别成那要不的，上年的了，老嘛干点上过来是也送是的，这角度看着是也送是真的提起了，但老嘛开始用，这讲着在长学生那边特别重，是噻。这种对的呢，老马子做的，前两讲不这几波这个礼拜是啦，上次讲几就看过，
And so then the Dakini said, what you have just said is wondrous indeed. Tomorrow, a fortunate, worthy disciple will come, and you should accept and care for him. And then they departed like a vanishing rainbow. And so then the following day, indeed, some students had arrived, and they inquired about Milarepa's practice and refuge and virtues activity. And then Milarepa sang them a song of realization on classifying the sources of refuge and inciting one to Dharma.
Lama Namla Chancellor, Sanjay Chodan, the Somchi, Gemini, Ringing Jabla, Major Kona Jabet, Chija Jamna, Kona Jamna, Lama Yadan Karo, the Somnaki Gemini, Nijan Kona Jabet, Chija Kona Jamna, Zatanon, Tilism, the Sosame Gemini, Nijan Kona Jabet, Chija Chona Jamna, Nanta enemies of the Sotonji Gemini, Nijan Kona Jabet, Chiji Kona Jamna, Chiji Jidanji Donga Jumbo, Jamna, Machana, Juma Lujin, Kanru. Shadan David, Chabado, Rotan David, Tikado, Julun Karu, Nepati, Chiru Tixa, Chile, Ben and Yama gave a Chipsoy, Papa Trojan, Sotoyo, Tubetava, Yema, Chubanchiba, Tonda, Gela Gube, Lokoni, Telagato, Jindo, Dayan, the Chanchiba, Tonda, the Gede Dombe, Lokoni, Telan Joba Jindo, Dayan, Chubanchiba, Tonda, Norda Wotombe, Lokoni, Tela Tombo Jindo, Dayan, Gebachiba, Tonda, Meta, Dombe, Lokoni, Tela, Joshi Jindo, Dayan, Shobachiba, Tonda, Sela, Lomi Dombe, Lokoni, Sondu Jindo, Dayan, La Dechi Pame, Konayo, Tato la Jicha, Tranjaba, Rula, Shomanu Laji, Sonam Jiu, Lemanu la Jicha, Jobachin Dala, Shomanu la Jicha, Chuji Message la, Chomanu la Jicha, Lon Lad, Tola Chona, Jimba, Tina, Jimba, Nila Tina, George, Misotonga, Tembazo, Somna, Hachu, Samalo, something was the owner. Ina.
Oh, yeah.
What's the owner?
Naki Koguta.
No, Lord,
And this Chedo. That is Logora. Yeah. So then there's this next song of realization, which is a bit long, but it's actually a great song. So I will read it. I prostrate to the Guru Lords, the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. These are the outer sources of refuge. Taking refuge in them has satisfied me. If you too took refuge in them, that would be good. The Guru, Yidams, and the Dakinis. These three are the inner sources of refuge. Taking refuge in them has satisfied me. If you too took refuge in them, that would be good. The nadis, pranas, and the bindus, these three are the secret sources of refuge. Taking refuge in them has satisfied me. If you too took refuge in them, that would be good. Appearance, emptiness, and their inseparability, and the inseparability of those, these three are the ultimate sources of refuge. Taking refuge in them has satisfied me. If you too took refuge in them, that would be good. If you do not take refuge in these sources, who always protect from suffering, a rain of days and hours will fall upon the decrepit house of your illusory body. It will be tormented by the drops of months and years. It's sure that decrepit house, your illusory body, will disintegrate. It's time to make preparations to die happily. Like the example of your shadow at sunset, no matter how far you run, it will always be there. I've never seen liberation by running away. When Dhamma practitioners see death, it is the master who incites them to virtue. They examine and see what joy they have in death. When those with negativity see death, it is the master who teaches them virtue and negativity. They examine and see what regret they have. When those who are rich see death, it is the master who teaches them to let go of wealth and enemies. They examine and see what generosity they can perform. When the elderly see death, it is the master who teaches this life's impermanence. They see and they examine and see what disillusionment they have. When the youthful see death, it is the master who teaches urgency in life. They examine and see what diligence in practice they have. Comfort and well-being are provided by parents. What can be done for those orphans who suffer? An inner fleece is soft and warm. What can be done if one has never worn it? The fruit of the harvest clears away poverty. What can be done if one can't do the work? Speed is found with a gilling steed. What can be done if one has never ridden it? Making one's life about Dharma brings happiness. What can be done if one can't practice Dharma? For those without food, be generous to them. Reduce your sleep and do virtuous activity. Remember the suffering of the lower realms. Contemplating that, practice the sublime Dharma.
我这种别是年嘛做去了那把忙的穷，前把的在那么穷把那么一岁去，没记得贴把他们的强线中的一岁偷工偷个工把上看着嘛，弄点被基本听一般都从工被结束从呢，结束这个工的强线中听的网上他妈工被，民主那个被中穷人把些钱吧，你别自己穷，炒菜都结中头。而且穷的中穷人把当几位过了，我他的。这对Milarepa，你为谁就说没有了？这我是拿龙穷人把些大的空头路啊，我的去。
And so then many of those students there became devotees of the Dharma. And in particular, there was a young man who had unwavering faith. And so this young man then what turned out to be the disciple that the Dakini had predicted the previous night. And so he then became the disciple known as Rinpoche, who was one of the 13 close disciples of Milarepa. And so this was the cycle of the later time when Milarepa went to Dragya Vajra fortress and met Rinpoche.
真的，但是人正常性，是嘛？这当社交看吧，就双一是双对，因为突然在起头边上，在开始那我们常见那工大的卡拉车呀，说想到下子，往第时间里双下天的从嘛工大学呀饮食，我这突然他身上吃啥的，他把先把这个特弄路过，我天的，真的啥国家嘛，这个说年嘛那去过是。
So today we actually stopping the teachings here at this point because I've been traveling to a different place now, and I just wanted to at least have the teachings even though I was traveling. But now that the family already has the dinner ready, and it's getting a little bit late, and so therefore I apologize if you have to stop here today. But it's like that because I've been traveling to a different place today. Anyways, next week we're gonna continue like usual.
我就上他有社交拉上那个佛罗里达来，我在那西卡过佛罗里达送一把啥子，我这在那个他其实我那么多次下水多下子嘞，就在那那错字比错的的是，就是在俺妈眼里的节律从我太太上，我太太自己上下俺下上，我他学意思。
So I was traveling today from Chicago to Florida, so now I'm in Florida, and then my airplane was a little bit late, so everything got a little bit late, and I really wanted to have the teachings, but because of the late flight, everything was a little bit later today, so I apologize for that.
从嘛直接去讲把我其他人钱把当工作上报这样这个的，他工作接受到。给完的他们去让的我写家公司，目前去解决的这你老嘛他们这个钱把这点把身体话也着做上工别这就这，我他电视台国家出来那个computer在那起床他才晓得的，因为国家行不到。
拉苏呀。
什么 ？Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Jai Rinpoche, Jai
Bye. Rinpoche.
Thank you.